Now, with that being said, Skip Bayless. Now, Skip Bayless originally wasn't a fan of Caitlin Clark in the beginning when he was on Undisputed. He's kind of going rants about her and stuff. Well, slowly but surely, as soon as Caitlin Clark came into the WE looking like Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Skip Bayless quickly and swiftly changed his tune on a young superstar. We all know Caitlin Clark came in, dominating, breaking records, and looking like MJ, bruh. Now, with all that being said, she had it rough, too, that first season. She was getting beaten, battered all over the place. A lot of players was assaulting her, face-checking her, and all types.
Skip Bayless has recently voiced strong criticism toward the Indiana Fever management regarding their handling and transparency of Caitlin Clark's injury situation. The sports commentator expressed significant doubts about the official narrative surrounding the star player's extended absence from competition. The controversy centers around conflicting medical reports and an unusually prolonged recovery timeline. Initially, team officials described Clark's condition as a groin strain. However, recent statements from the organization have shifted, now characterizing the issue as an ankle bone bruise.
And all type of stuff. Then we come to this season. The same thing kind of happened. Caitlin Clark put on a bunch of muscle, got kind of bulked up. I feel as if that kind of contributed to her injury, dealing with her groin. Now, with all of that being said, we know Caitlin Clark got injured in July. We have not seen her in a game since July. I think she only played maybe 13 games this entire season. Now, with all that being said, they were stringing us along, talking about Caitlin Clark was going to come back. She's coming back. We're going to take it one day at a time, day to day. She's trying to.
This change in diagnosis has raised questions about the accuracy of previous communications from the franchise. Medical experts have weighed in on similar injuries, noting that ankle bruises typically heal much faster than the current timeline suggests. A comparison was made to Trae Young's ankle bruise, which had a significantly shorter recovery period despite being described as the same type of injury that Clark allegedly faces. Bayless, who initially held reservations about Clark during her early career, has since become a strong supporter following her impressive professional debut. The rookie sensation entered the league with tremendous impact, drawing comparisons to basketball legends while breaking numerous records.
Coming back, we're going to take it one day at a time, day to day. She's trying everything in her power to come back. We all remember those things, right? And then abruptly, right before the playoffs, pretty much right when they knew that they was going to clinch, they tell us, hey, y'all know what? Caitlin ain't coming back. She's out for the season. Then not only did they make her out for the season, they then turns around and not put her on the active roster. Now, when they did that, that ruled out any eligibility, from my understanding, from her to play. Now, I did some research.
However, her inaugural season was marked by physical confrontations and aggressive play from opposing teams. Clark sustained her injury during July competition and has remained sidelined since that time, appearing in only approximately 13 games throughout the entire season. The organization maintained optimism about her potential return for months, consistently stating they were taking a cautious day-by-day approach to her rehabilitation. The situation took a dramatic turn when, just before playoff qualification, the team abruptly announced Clark would miss the remainder of the season. Additionally, she was removed from the active roster, which, according to some interpretations of league rules, would eliminate any possibility of postseason participation.
I did some research on that little loophole thing. We can't verify that thing even exists. So Scott Agnes is right about that. So I kudos to him figuring that out. I did some research with my team too, trying to fact check that thing, and we can't fact check it. But I can't say that it's neat. I can't say that it's not a rule either, though. We just can't figure out where it's at. You know what I'm saying? To definitively say that that is an actual rule. Now, with that being said, Skip Bayless opens up about.
Some observers have suggested that Clark's physical transformation during the offseason may have contributed to her injury concerns. The player reportedly added significant muscle mass, and there is speculation that her body struggled to adapt to these rapid physical changes. This theory proposes that the increased muscle development created biomechanical stress that her frame wasn't prepared to handle. The timing and circumstances surrounding these decisions have prompted skepticism from various commentators. Bayless specifically questioned why, if Clark is capable of participating in practice activities and shooting drills, she cannot contribute even minimal playing time to support her team during their playoff push.
About this whole situation with Caitlin Clark being out. He goes on a rant about Caitlin Clark as well. Now, hopefully, Uncle Skip please do not copyright my damn video, because this is a great take you just did. And we finna do it like this, man. I'm finna listen to it. And let's give it a shake here, man. Let's see.
Caitlin Clark, hear me out. Think with me on this. If Caitlin Clark...
The sports analyst emphasized that if Clark were a male player in a major professional league, there would be intense media scrutiny and public demand for answers regarding the prolonged absence. He argued that the WNBA's traditionally private approach to such matters has allowed this situation to avoid the level of questioning it might otherwise receive. Questions have also been raised about whether performance concerns played a role in the decision-making process. Clark was experiencing shooting difficulties before her injury, leading to speculation about whether concerns over returning to poor form influenced the conservative approach to her recovery. Another theory suggests that team chemistry considerations may have affected the timeline.
Caitlin Clark were a he right now, playing in the NBA, the world would be going crazy over, hey, Caitlin, why aren't you playing?
Skip is absolutely right. He's right.
But because she's a she, and because the WNBA is the most secretive league in the history of professional sport,
the Fever has performed well during Clark's absence, potentially creating reluctance to disrupt the current roster dynamics. The extended absence has also sparked discussion about whether Clark herself might be making a statement regarding the treatment she received from opposing players and the league's response to aggressive play directed toward her. Throughout this controversy, Bayless has maintained that Clark's absence represents a significant loss for both the team and the league's viewership. He argues that her impact on the court justifies taking calculated risks with limited playing time, even if she isn't at full competitive fitness.
Of professional sports, somehow she and it have gotten away with everybody just shrugging and going on with, oh, the Fever. Oh, aren't they cute? And she's leading the bench mob for the Fever, head cheerleader on the bench. But wait a second. Time out. I love Caitlin Clark. That's the point of all
You
this.
haven't always, though. He hasn't always loved her.
She's it to me. She is the reason for why.
The situation continues to generate debate among fans and analysts, with many questioning the transparency of the organization's communications and the unusual length of recovery for what was initially described as a routine soft tissue injury. The conflicting medical reports and shifting explanations have only intensified scrutiny of the franchise's handling of their star players' health situation. Recent footage has emerged showing Caitlin Clark practicing deep three-point shots during her recovery period, sparking discussions about her current status and future plans. Despite various rumors suggesting she has abandoned her team or lost interest in basketball,
That's the point of all
You
this.
haven't always, though. He hasn't always loved her.
She's it to me. She is the reason for watching. I have a hard time watching, though the Fever is starting to draw me back in bit by bit, because they still have two of their stars, Aaliyah and Kelsey. And they still have Lexi Hall. And I know they've had a spate of injuries starting with Caitlin, but still, I don't know what, I've brought this up several times. Caitlin had 4 different pulls of different things in her legs.
The video, originally shared on TikTok by Young Thanos, captures Clark working out with Austin Kelly, focusing specifically on long-range shooting. This training session demonstrates her continued commitment to basketball development even while sidelined from competitive play. Many observers interpret this as a clear sign that she remains eager to return to action. However, the situation appears more complex than simply waiting for Clark to recover physically.
Correlates with, a little bit of a lull with the whole Caitlin Clark thing, but I think Caitlin Clark is probably going to play something in the offseason, because she's still out here working out during a season trying to get better. She is there with Austin Kelly. She's there working out, shooting a deep three. She's working on the deep 3-point shot. And you're like, a lot of people are looking at it and thinking, oh yeah, Caitlin is ready to play. And I actually do think Caitlin could be.
While she may be approaching full health, questions remain about her ability to handle physical contact during games. More significantly, organizational factors within the Indiana Fever seem to be influencing the decision to keep her out of competition. The Fever organization's approach mirrors their handling of Tyrese Halliburton's situation, suggesting a cautious financial strategy. Given Clark's significantly higher market value compared to Halliburton, the team appears even more protective of their investment.
Is ready to play. And I actually do think Caitlin could be ready to play. The problem is that one, we don't know 1,000% how she is with contact, and two, I think the Indiana Fever organization are the reason why Caitlin Clark's not playing. Like, I think they're more so they're more so a reason why Caitlin's not playing than, you know, Caitlin not wanting to play, or Caitlin not being 100% healthy, or, you know, Caitlin's
This conservative approach prioritizes long-term asset protection over immediate competitive advantage. Additionally, the current Fever system has shown effectiveness without Clark on the court. The team's playing style and rotations have adapted to function smoothly in her absence, creating an interesting dynamic. Integrating Clark back into this established system might require significant adjustments, potentially relegating her to a smaller role initially.
Or, you know, Caitlin's like body not holding up. I think it's a case where they saw what happened to Tyrese Halliburton, and financially, I think it's much more Caitlin Clark is much more lucrative than Tyrese Halliburton. I think, and I also think there is a little bit of the Indiana Fever's current system works without Caitlin Clark. Like, it does. Like, the way the Indiana Fever play right now does not work with Caitlin Clark on the floor. Like, it absolutely doesn't. Like, you could definitely use her in like a Shea Petty role, but like,
the team's playoff performance provides context for this approach. While they reached the semifinals, their victory came against an Atlanta Dream squad that was considerably weaker than previous championship contenders. The Dream's current roster, featuring players like Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, and Brea Jones, lacks the depth and talent of past Connecticut Sun teams that included Alyssa Thomas, Marina Mabrey, Ty Harris, and Veronica Burton. Observers have noted improvements in Clark's shooting form during practice, particularly reduced leftward drift in her shot mechanics.
Like, it absolutely doesn't. Like, you could definitely use her in like a Shea Petty role, but like, she's just another player then. And if Caitlin Clark is just another player, she's just another player. Like, there's no need to talk too much about that. And I understand they made the semifinals, but like, they beat an Atlanta Dream team who was significant. And people are like, oh, they're way better this season than last season. I'm like, man. They beat an Atlanta Dream team that were significantly better than, or sorry, significantly worse than the Connecticut Sun team last year. I'm sorry, Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, and Brea Jones.
The extended break provides an ideal opportunity for technical adjustments without game pressure, though major overhauls to her playing style are unlikely during this period. Looking ahead, Clark appears unlikely to remain completely inactive during the extended offseason. Several international opportunities could provide valuable competitive experience. A short-term contract in China, similar to deals taken by other players, would offer 6 weeks of high-level competition against WNBA caliber talent in a less pressured environment.
Gray and Brea Jones are not even close to Alyssa Thomas, Marina Mabrey, Ty Harris healthy, Veronica Burton, Ono, Brea Jones. I'm forgetting players on that Connecticut Sun team as well. I'm blanking on some of them. But they were super duper stacked. And Dijonay with that team, like, they were serious. Anybody else knows that doesn't look like she drifts to the left as much as she used to? I mean, she's out for the rest of the year, but it's the perfect time to read.
European leagues present another attractive option. Wealthy team owners across Europe have the resources to create appealing packages for high-profile American players. A hypothetical scenario might involve Clark joining a team like Milan, where she could serve as the primary point guard for European competitions while sharing domestic league duties with another American player like Dana Evans. The unrivaled league represents another possibility, though its 3-on-3 format may not align perfectly with Clark's skill set.
He's out for the rest of the year, but it's the perfect time to really make some adjustments to the shots. I mean, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. But at the same time, you've got, I don't think there's going to be anything majorly done to her game in this period of time. I still will be really interested to see what she does in the offseason, because I think there's a close to 0% chance she plays no competitive ball. I think whatever decision she makes will be close to the time.
If the league expanded to 4-on-4 play on adapted courts, it could provide a more suitable environment. 4-player basketball on 3-quarter courts closely resembles traditional 5-on-5 spacing and allows for similar offensive sets and pick-and-roll actions. Interestingly, while 3-on-3 basketball might not showcase Clark's strengths optimally, it could actually accelerate her development in weaker areas. Her individual scoring ability, ball handling skills, and one-on-one defense are solid, but her help defense and positioning could benefit from the simplified rotations required in 3-player formats.
Whatever decision she makes will be close to the time, but I don't think she's going to go away. I don't think she wants to go away. Like, realistically, the best thing Caitlin could probably do for herself is take a short-term deal somewhere like China. Is take the Jonquel Liz Cambridge deal where she shows up to China for 6 weeks. She shows up to China for 6 weeks and plays competitive ball for 6.
The Fever's conservative approach reflects their realistic assessment of championship prospects. While they could potentially work Clark back into the lineup, management likely doubts their ability to defeat teams like Las Vegas in the playoffs. If they somehow reach the finals, the organization might regret not utilizing their star player during crucial moments. The current situation suggests that Clark's absence stems more from organizational caution than personal choice or physical limitations.
6 weeks and plays competitive ball for 6 weeks against WNBA level players or borderline WNBA level players for the entire time. She goes and cooks. She's kind of got players that are like not as good as her around her, but she's still got to go and cook. That would be an ideal situation. Or I've always said it with a European, because if she's not going to do some like weird travel tour thing, I think her going as a European competition only player, I think any of these multi-millionaire owners in Europe.
The footage of her practicing indicates maintained enthusiasm for the game and ongoing preparation for eventual return. Whether that return comes domestically or internationally remains to be determined, but competitive basketball appears certain to feature in her near future. The combination of financial considerations, tactical adjustments, and conservative injury management creates a complex situation where multiple factors influence Clark's playing status. Her continued training suggests readiness to compete, but the final decision rests with team management balancing immediate competitive goals against long-term player health and organizational interests.